Imagine if casinos advertised, "Come to Vegas, 86% of you will live poorer." Nobody would come. Instead, they show a guy who turned $100 into 10 million. Mr. Jackpot! And for a brief second, you start imagining what would you do if you won that much money. The most profitable industries aren't selling any products. Instead, they're selling the dream that you can be the exception. But don't you dare question the system. Instead, get naked and place a bet. I will tell you about my new favorite way to get rich. Now, you can simply bet on anything. Things like,
will Jesus Christ return before 2027? And when the US will strike Iran?
Before, only traders from Wall Street could make big money on such trades. But now, there are those beautiful platforms such as Polymarket and Kalshi, where all you have to do to make money is take a guess. And people are winning big.
And when you watch some of Kalshi's actual customers in action, the notion that this is about sober risk management feels absurd.
And if you had a moron like Kamala or a moron like Sleepy Joe... Yeah! Men playing in women's sports...
Wait!
Transgender...
Hey! We got Sleepy Joe and transgender in like the first 5 minutes, bro! Bro, we're up like $500.
See how easy it is? And if it was a scam like the haters claim it is, would the platforms have over 1 million active users every month and the trading volume over 20 billion? Moreover, would trustworthy news outlets such as CNN partner up with them? Would Don Jr. be an investor and unpaid advisor to Polymarket and paid advisor for Kalshi if it wasn't in the interest of the American people? I personally don't think so. Just as recently as January 3rd, 2026, somebody made almost $500,000 just on one successful bet.
On January 3rd, 2026, one Polymarket user made $436,000 in less than 48 hours.
But some liberal activists, or whatever they're called, will argue that betting on cases such as kidnapping is unethical.
It's been a little unnerving, given the things that you can now bet on.
Will Nancy Guthrie's kidnapper be arrested by the end of February?
There's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world, and being able to bet on just like horrible things like that, like when somebody's gonna be found, like that's really dark to me.
Imagine if you placed a bet against finding her. Suddenly, her safe return is not in your financial interest. The longer she remains missing, the more money you're making. Most people would never intervene, of course. But when enough money is involved, thousands of strangers start rooting for the worst outcome possible. Yeah, it's dark. But don't all rich people make fortunes doing something dark? So the governments, the leaders, the billionaires are allowed to make money on things like war. But regular people are supposed to be ethical and stay poor. Don't listen to them when they tell you that the Wall Street Journal analysis found that 67% of profits go to 0.1% of accounts. Instead, remember that you are the 0.1% of the insiders. If it was up to me, I'd totally bet on your success. Ladies, in 2026, you do not need education or a rich husband to live in luxury. You just need a pretty face, a cute body, and the audacity to show yourself. Don't believe me it's possible? Well then, ask Sophie Rain, a former waitress who allegedly used to live on food stamps.
We lived on food stamps. It was not amazing.
Until she discovered OnlyFans and changed her life. And it's not about being a sex object. No. It's about women taking their power back. For centuries, men used to sexualize us for free. It's your turn to use those disgusting lustful men so they fund your mansions a luxury lifestyle. And if you do not care about luxury, you can use OnlyFans for an honorable goal. For example, supporting your parents or paying tuition for your little brother. Doing this is not a sin if you are doing it for the greater good. Why don't you just post a couple of pictures and videos? It's that easy. And trust me, money is real in that industry. Fans spend over $7.2 billion every year. Getting a piece of that won't be hard. You definitely will not fall under the average creator who makes around like what, 1K?
The average wage of an OnlyFans girl is $180 a month. And so the reality is not what people think it is.
Because look at you, you're so hot. You're definitely gonna be one of the top creators. But of course there will be dirty tongues who will be telling you otherwise. For example, a former OnlyFans model, Katyana K. She will make you question if Sophie is even a real person or just a marketing tool. She will make it sound like OnlyFans recruits young and vulnerable girls, usually from lower class.
How I got into the industry was whenever I was 16, 17. I was going through a lot. My family was a low-income, broken household, and my parents were alcoholics. Money was just like a constant struggle. Girls in the industry, regardless how much money they make, they're either A, on a lot of drugs, or B, their mental health is severely declining.
Is she trying to say that having intimate pictures of you is embarrassing? She must not be progressive. Or worse, she just doesn't want you to get rich.
Only 300 creators on the platform make over $1 million a year.
She is the enemy disguised as a friend who cares about you and trying to prevent you from making a big mistake in your life. I wouldn't listen to her. People like Katyana will tell you that the platform benefits from people like Sophie who promote OnlyFans as the easy path towards wealth, and then she will go on this whole ramble about the agencies.
But the real dark side of this industry, honestly, is these so-called talent agencies. So these agencies be recruiting girls when they're fucking 17.
The management who finds you when you're probably underage and then charges 10, 30 or 50% of whatever is left, while promising you that you will be the next big thing. And those evil agencies do not care if you perform well or not, as long as you do perform, because the platform makes more money the more creators are on that platform. When you're rich, you have to learn how to share. Sharing is an honorable thing, and you are honorable. Well, in some sense, let's not overanalyze the word honorable. So what are you waiting for? You're not getting any younger, and I heard the younger you are, the more money you make on OnlyFans. So if I was you, I'd start creating the profile right now. But don't you think that it's so unfair that it's so easy for women to get rich? Just have to take a few spicy pictures. But what about men? Nobody wants to see their nudes. But boys, I know you're used to the world being so unfair towards you. These women, these hoes, they do not care about you unless you drive a fancy car and buy them some bags. The world doesn't notice you unless money speaks for you. Well, I have a perfect solution for you. Become a part of the biggest revolution on the internet. Crypto.
It's the biggest technology that's ever happened in the history of life.
Unlike in those boring industries, you do not have to wait decades to get rich. And come on, it must be legit, even if the President of the United States released his own meme coin.
Hello, Bitcoiners. As we implement these reforms, Bitcoin and crypto will grow our economy, cement American financial dominance, and strengthen our entire country long into the future.
Trump has made at least $350 million from this meme coin so far. He plans to sell as many as 800 million more of these coins after he's increased their price by announcing these dinners for its top buyers.
According to social media, the average age of a crypto millionaire is around 25 years old, and some become rich as fuck when they're not even 20. For example, Baron Trump.
Baron Trump is worth $150 million at just 19.
And if you know the right people, then making money is even easier.
How does somebody make $192 million in 2 hours? That is why many are saying this absolutely looks like insider trading. Then that means it was somebody close to Trump who knew he was about to make a tariff announcement against China that would end up throwing the market off of a cliff. Now, that person would also need to be savvy about crypto, because this wasn't a traditional short made in the traditional markets. This was done in the crypto market using Bitcoin and Ethereum. So some people have been suspiciously pointing at Trump's sons, Barron Trump in particular.
You can also look at the time Tate got exposed for trying to get Barron Trump to let him buy Donald Trump tokens at a lower price.
Jealous haters will call it insider trading, but it doesn't mean that the regular folk can't make money along the way.
It's already dystopian as hell, but then to say to people that by doing this we are creating opportunity for people in the developing world.
Have fun staying poor. Here's actually a quick story. Our channel recently got hacked by crypto scammers. As we're recording this video, I actually don't know where we will even be posting this video, but if you do not want to lose us, subscribe to our Patreon. Our community is tight there and hopefully doesn't have any scammers. People think that the devil's greatest weapon is lust or greed, but it's hope. The dark beauty of hope is that it doesn't feel dangerous, yet it convinces people to do something they would never think they're capable of. And the funny thing about humans is that they think that those actions will take them out of the matrix. But in reality, it ties them even more to the system when they decide to get rich fast. And you know what? I absolutely love it for my rich friends. So the question is, if I showed you the odds and you still said yes, am I really the villain? Like, subscribe, and as always, do whatever you want with this information.